Los campeones. Pregunta sencilla. Los campeones, ¿se hacen o se nacen?
There is a precise, recent moment during the America Business Forum when time seems to stop. Lionel Messi, the man who has won everything a human being can win on a football field, sits in an armchair. He's not wearing the Argentina jersey. He has no boots on his feet. He's dressed in regular clothes, relaxed. Yet, there's a different kind of light in his eyes. The host asks him about his success, expecting the usual answer about hard work, about Barcelona's La Masia, about sacrifice. But Messi shakes his head. He smiles with that disarming humility that has always defined him, and he says a sentence that freezes the entire room. A sentence most TV networks cut out, because it doesn't sell, or maybe because it's too uncomfortable for today's secular world. Messi says,
No, bueno, yo siempre dije que Dios me regaló un don, que me eligió a mí.
Let's pause for a moment. Why would a man considered the god of football feel the need to say that his talent is not his own? Why, after 8 Ballon d'Ors and a World Cup, is his first instinct to give the glory to someone else? To understand this sentence and why this video might change the way you see your own life, we have to forget the champion we see today on TV. We have to rewind the tape. We have to go where cameras weren't allowed. We have to enter the hidden corners of a story filled with pain, loneliness, and silent miracles that few truly know. The story does not begin with a golden ball. It begins with a grandmother. Many people see Messi pointing to the sky after every goal and think it's a generic gesture, a vague thank you. It isn't. That gesture has a name and a surname: Celia Oliveira Cucitini, his grandmother. Lionel was tiny, only 4 years old. Nobody wanted to let him play for Grandoli, the small neighborhood team, because he was too little. Boys his age towered over him. The coach, Salvador Aparicio, said, "I won't put him on the field. They'll hurt him. He's a flea." It was Grandma Celia who argued with the coach. She stood up in the stands and shouted, "Put him in. Let him play." The coach, exasperated, threw him into the game. And then the unexplainable happened. That little boy who could barely tie his shoes took the ball and dribbled past everyone. He just kept going. When Messi scores today, at 36, and lifts his eyes to the sky, he is speaking to her. He is remembering that someone believed in him when the world only saw a fragile child. Messi's faith begins here, in the family, in realizing that love comes before success. But talent alone isn't enough. And here we arrive at the part of the story that explains the phrase, "God chose me." Because being chosen by God does not mean having an easy life. Often, it means the exact opposite. It means walking through the desert. At 10 years old, Lionel's dream was about to vanish forever. While his friends grew taller, he didn't move. His pants never became short. The diagnosis was cruel: a partial growth hormone deficiency. Without extremely expensive treatment, his body would never develop. He would remain an adult trapped in the body of a child. Picture the scene. This isn't a luxury clinic. It's a modest home in Rosario. Every night for years, an 11 or 12-year-old boy had to sit on his bed, take a pen-shaped medical syringe, and inject hormones into his legs. One night in the right leg, one night in the left, 7 days a week. For years. His mother didn't do it. He did it, alone. While other kids dreamed of toys, he endured needles to chase a destiny only he could see. In that silent pain, in that forced discipline, Messi learned a fundamental spiritual truth. A gift must be protected through sacrifice. God gives you the seed, but you must water it, even if the water is your tears. And then came the great rupture. Newell's Old Boys wouldn't pay for the treatment. River Plate wouldn't either. The only hope was across the ocean, Barcelona. But the price was enormous. His family was torn apart. His mother and siblings couldn't adapt to Spain and return to Argentina. Lionel stayed in Barcelona alone with his father, Jorge. At 13, Leo cried at night with his face buried in the pillow so his father wouldn't hear him, so he wouldn't worry. He felt guilty. He felt that the family had broken apart because of his talent. It's in those moments of total loneliness that faith stops being a tradition and becomes an anchor. Messi rarely talks about this. He is extremely private. But people close to him know that in those years, prayer was his refuge. The awareness that his talent had to have a bigger purpose, that it couldn't all be meaningless. And yet, for years, it seemed like God had forgotten him precisely at the decisive moment, playing for his nation. This is the part of the story that makes his faith real, because it is a faith forged through failure. We all remember the triumphs with Barcelona. But do you remember 2014, the final lost against Germany? 2015, 2016, 3 lost finals in a row. In Argentina, they called him the Catalan. They said he didn't feel the jersey. They said he didn't sing the anthem. They shredded his reputation. In 2016, after missing a crucial penalty, Messi broke down. He said, "That's it. The national team isn't for me. I'm done." He was a broken man, a man rejecting his calling. How many of us have felt like that? We have a gift, we try, we fail. We tell God, "Enough, you chose the wrong person, it's not me." But God does not take back his gifts. And Messi's story teaches us that God's timing is not our timing. He had to pass through public humiliation to be ready, not just as a player, but as a man. And so we arrive in Qatar, 2022. We no longer see the shy boy. We see a leader. But above all, we see a man at peace. Before the final, Messi tells a journalist a prophetic sentence. "I feel that God will give it to me. I feel this is the one." It wasn't arrogance, it was surrender. It was the inner certainty that the circle was closing. There is an image just seconds before Montiel's decisive penalty that went viral among believers. Messi looks up to the sky and whispers something. Social media exploded. Lip readers insisted, "He's talking to Maradona. He's calling his grandmother." Months later, Messi revealed the truth, an even deeper truth. He denied all of it. He said, "I wasn't speaking to Diego or my grandmother. I was speaking to God. I was asking him to end it there, to not make us suffer anymore." At the defining moment of his life, Messi wasn't looking for ghosts. He was looking for the Father. And immediately after the victory, his first words were not about tactics or teammates. He kneels and then, still breathless, he says, "I knew God would give it to me. I always thanked God. It's all thanks to him." The whole world looks at the trophy. Messi looks at the one who gave it to him. This is why that sentence at the America Business Forum is so powerful. When he says, "God chose me," Messi is dismantling the myth of the self-made man, the man who built himself. Today's society tells you, you are your own God. Everything depends on your will. It's a lie that crushes us because it puts an unbearable weight on our shoulders. Messi, the most accomplished athlete in history, tells you the opposite. "I am not the source of my greatness. I am only a channel." And think about this. Having this attitude didn't make him lazy. It made him the best. Knowing that his talent was a divine loan made him responsible. It kept him away from the scandals that destroyed so many other stars. It made him a faithful husband to Antonella, the girl he met when he was 5. It made him a present father to his 3 children. Messi's faith is not made of statues. It is made of solid values. It is a faith that says, "Since much has been given to me, I must give my best." And now, I want to talk directly to you watching this video. Maybe you're thinking, okay, great story, but he's Messi. He's the chosen one. What does this have to do with me? That's where you're wrong. The theology of the gift does not apply only to football geniuses. It applies to every single life. When Messi says, "God chose me," he doesn't mean God rejected you. God doesn't create background characters. In the movie of life, there are no spectators in heaven's eyes. If you examine your life as closely as we examined Messi's, you'll find traces of the gift in your own story. Think about the difficulties you've overcome. How did you get through them? Think about that intuition that saved you. About that person who arrived at the right moment, like Grandma Celia. About that strength you found when you were about to collapse, like Messi in Barcelona. That wasn't just you, that was the gift working in you. Our problem is that we often look at others' gifts and despise our own. We want the visible gift, the one that brings applause, money, fame. But maybe your gift is the ability to listen. Maybe it's the patience to teach. Maybe it's the strength to hold a difficult family together. Maybe it's generosity, or art, or prayer. The lesson Messi gives us today, taking off the superstar mask and speaking heart to heart, is this: recognizing your gift is the first step toward happiness. If you believe you did everything by yourself, you'll live in fear of losing everything. If you recognize that everything is grace, you'll live in gratitude. And gratitude is the only thing that can fill the emptiness that success, money, and fame will never fill. I hope this video isn't just another YouTube video you watch and forget. I hope it becomes a turning point for you too. So I'm asking you to do something concrete right now. Stop for a moment. Don't look at what you lack, look at what you have. And write in the comments a sentence that is an act of faith and recognition. Lord, thank you for the gift you placed in me. Help me to see it. Write it. I will read every comment. Let's create a wave of gratitude that travels across the world, just like the message Messi shared from that stage. God chose Messi for football, but he chose you for something only you can do. Your gift is unique. Guard it, make it flourish, and never forget where it comes from.